Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about software testing. This course is for the manual testing. This is the complete course. So today we are going to discuss about some basic topics about the manual testing, what exactly the software testing, testing type and test level. You can refer this playlist for more such topics and we will cover some advanced topic as well. So in the upcoming session, we will see more concept about the manual testing as well as we are going to see the automation testing using the Selenium and Java as well as we will cover some API testing using the Postman. So that's coming. So make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow all those videos. So let's start. So the first, let's see what we are going to discuss today. In this today's session, we are going to discuss about what is the software testing, why software testing is required, this course for, test level, and the testing types. So we are going to discuss about these topics in today's session. Uh, so let's discuss what exactly the software testing. If we look the definition, so software testing is a method to check whether the actual software product matches the expected requirement and to ensure that the software product is a defect free. Okay, so let's take the practical example. In your real life, you may have used a Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram, and you have found out some defects in that. Even the software we are testing or the application we are testing has the defects in them. The software that does not work correctly can lead to many problems, which include loss of money, time, and a business reputation. And the most of the times, it will be dangerous, like the thing which is injury or a death. That's why we needed a software testing. So we need software testing to assess the quality of the software. We need to measure the level of quality of our software. Also, we need to make sure that software testing to reduce the risk of a software failure in an operation. So the software testing uh, just not cover the execution part, just like performing the test execution. It also covers many other things like analysis of the requirement, to write the code, automation, the test cases writing, test plan, the design of the test cases, summary reports, and all of this. These are considered as the work product, and we need to evaluate the work product during the process of the software testing. That software fulfillments the requirement of the client. We need to make sure that our component and system are good enough and try to find defects, and we try to prevent defects by early testing. It is a systematic evaluation, so where we are checking the actual with the expected. If you find any discrepancy, you need to report that as a defect. So that is the basic concept of the software testing. And software tester is a major role in this complete development life cycle. So software testing is required to ensure that the software is a defect free and to make sure that it is working as per the requirement and fulfilling the client need. Okay, so let's see the next topic, why software testing is required. So we already see that if users find out any bug, so that will cause a lot of problem. So loss of money, you will your reputation in the business will go down. And ensure that for each and every application, suppose it is a banking application, any insurance application, even any health related application, it is important that the application should behave as per the expectation. So software testing is important because if there are any bugs or error in the software, it can be identified early and can be solved before delivery of the software product. So early detection will cause a less cost to fix that defect. So early testing is very important. Software testing is an essential process that helps ensure the quality, reliability, and the functionality of the software application. Which this course is for. So if you don't have any previous knowledge or any knowledge about the software testing, that is fine. We are covering each and every topic from the basic. So this course is for the beginner, and for those who want to brush up their knowledge, they can also refer this complete course. Let's discuss about some test levels. So we have four major test levels: unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. The first one is the unit testing. So what exactly the unit testing? This level tests anything that is separately testable, the models of the code, the classes of code, and so on. So to test individual unit or component of the software in isolation, that we call as a unit testing. So basically, developers do the unit testing just to make sure that the individual component is working fine. Then we integrate this model of the code together. This is the integration testing. Then we have a full system which we perform a system testing on it. After performing system testing and finding defects, we begin the last level of testing, which is the acceptance testing. So like we said, component testing, which is also known as a unit or model testing, focuses on components that are separately testable. Most of the times, the person who is responsible for this level is the developer. So once the developer develops a piece of code, he begins writing the test for this piece of the code. The second level is the integration testing. So it focuses on the interaction between component or system. The two types of integration testing: component integration testing and the system integration testing. Component integration testing focuses on the integration between two components. This level is also performed by the developer. So after the developer finishes running tests on each unit or a component or module alone, he begins to test them together. He tests the integration between them. But system integration testing, that means we need to check two or more system integration, and that is the uh, big or large project. And this project consists of many systems. So for example, we have the backend databases, we have the front end. Each one of this is considered as a system. So system testing is done by the tester, and the system integration testing is also done by the testers. Then we have a system testing. System testing tries to test the system as a whole. The entire integrated system we need to check in the system testing. This is the most important test level for the tester. So 90% of the testing for the software tester is performed inside system testing, not in a unit testing or integration testing or acceptance testing. So for the system testing, we need to create an environment which is same like a production environment, and on that environment we need to perform the testing. So try to test your application on a similar environment to the real environment. Then the last level is the acceptance testing. To determine if the software meet user acceptance criteria and the business requirement is similar to the system testing, but the difference between them is that in a system testing we try to find as many defects as possible and is the responsibility of the tester. On the other hand, acceptance testing tries to make sure that the software performs correctly. So finding defect is not the major goal in the acceptance testing. Acceptance testing tries to make sure that the software performs correctly. To determine if the software meets the user acceptance criteria and the business requirement, that is, we check in the acceptance testing. So finding defects is not the major goal, and most of the times it is done by the user or the stakeholder. That's why we have a type of acceptance testing, which is called as a alpha testing and a beta testing. Alpha testing means that we bring customers to the company and make them test in our premises. And the beta testing means that we make the customer test our application on their site at their home or their premises. That's why you shall find some beta versions of the antivirus or Windows for the offices. Some beta version of application you can see that in the Play Store as well. This means that this version is still under the test. We give it to the customer so that they make use of it and give us bug if they find them in the during this execution period. So that's about the test level. So majorly we have the four test level: unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. And that is the sequence of performing this kind of testing. So the first is a unit component level testing, integration, that is the integration between the two components and the integration between the two systems. Then system testing, the whole system we need to check, and the acceptance testing is a basically need to check the user acceptance criteria and the business requirement. Okay, so let's talk about testing types. So we have a lot of testing types, and today we are going to see some of the testing types. So let's see one by one. Functional testing. So what exactly the functional testing? So it focuses on testing the functionality of the software to ensure it meets the specified requirement and works as expected. Non-functional testing include testing aspects other than functionality, such as the performance, usability, security, scalability, reliability, and compatibility. Regression testing verifies that the new changes or updates to the software do not adversely impact existing functionality. So whenever there is any issue or bug fixes you will get, you need to perform the regression testing as well, just to make sure that our system is working as expected after the fix as well. So most of the times we perform the regression testing for that. Smoke testing conducted to verify that critical functionality of the software are working correctly before conducting more comprehensive testing. So whenever you are get the build and it is the major release, you need to make sure that the basic functionality of the basic functionality of the application is working fine. So we perform some smoke or the sanity testing for that. The next is the user acceptance testing, conducted by the end user to ensure that software meet their needs and acceptance criteria. Security testing identify vulnerabilities and weakness in the software to ensure its protection against the potential threats. Performance testing evaluates how well the software performs under different conditions such as load, stress, and scalability testing. Usability testing assess the software user friendliness, ease of the use, and overall user experience. Compatibility testing verifies that the software works correctly on a different platform, browser, and devices. Accessibility testing ensure that the software is accessible and usable by people with disabilities. Localization testing. Localization testing is a technique to verify software behavior, accuracy, and suitability for a specific location and region. So, suppose you are in the UAE region, then you need to check for the Arabic language. So as per the different language, it should be suitable and it will not break the functionality. So that we call as a localization testing. Internalization testing, or we can call it as a globalization testing. Check if the software is designed to be easily adapted to a different languages and regions. Ad hoc testing. It is an informal testing carried out without a predefined test cases, often used for the exploratory purposes. Next one is exploratory testing, a simultaneous learning and testing approach to uncover defects and understand the software better. Okay, in exploratory testing, we don't follow the conventional pattern to do the testing. So basically, when we start the software testing, right, we need to write the test cases, then test execution, then defect report, and all those things. So in the exploratory, we don't follow such process. We simultaneously do the learning, we explore the application, and we do the execution as well to uncover the defect in the short period of time. Then next is alpha testing and the beta testing. So this is the type of the acceptance testing, and we already get to know about what exactly the alpha testing and beta testing. We will see the definition again. So alpha testing, it is performed by the internal development team before releasing the software to a limited group of users. And beta testing, it is conducted by a selected group of external users before the official releases to gather feedback and identify the issues. So these are all the testing types. You will find out some more testing types. So there are multiple testing types in the performance testing as well, such as load testing, stress testing. Then there is a unit testing, integration testing that we already learned in the first few slides. So these are the various testing types, and we use this all the testing type during the execution and during the software testing process. Today guys, so in today's session we already covered what exactly the software testing, the different test level, and the different testing type as well. So we are going to see the practical example of this in the upcoming session. So that's it for the today. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any queries, please comment, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.